gems, and welcome back to my channel. And this is part 2 of me making my hanging plant holder. Just zoom out a little bit so that's better. So in part 2 we are going to be making the whole plant holder. Let me just take out the pink pens out of this bag. So I've got all my beads here, my longer beads and my shorter beads are all in here. So that's what we're going to be making the whole plant pot holder out of. Obviously, this is all trial and error. Basically, let's see how we get on, basically. You know, like most of my outrageous ideas, you know, I don't have an actual foolproof plan. But, you know, it's a case of trial and error. If I fail, then you guys will see what you can do to change up what I've done to make it work for yourself. So yeah, so we've got all our beads and everything. We've got a whole ton I've decorated and everything out of our pink pens. Obviously, if you don't want to sit there and decorate a whole ton of pink pens, yeah, I know, for example, Diamond Art Club, their pens come in all different colours now. So what you could do, if you've got a whole ton of Diamond Art Club diamond paintings, you can just cut up them and just use them as they are. I reckon that'll look pretty cool. So we are starting with the base. So for the base, I'm going to use an old washi tape centre. I've kept one of the smaller ones. And then we are going to use our longer ones. So what I might do is, because I seem to have a lot more multicoloured ones than anything else, use quite a few of them ones. Just for the actual bottom part. There we go. So we've got a load of, and what we're going to be doing is going around it like so. So we just cut one more. So I've got all my multicoloured pens out. Come on, zoom in. There we go. Got all my pens out and everything to do at the bottom of the base. Also, I'm going to be using my fishing wire and threading it through and over. And then, yeah, it's just basically going to be trial and error and seeing what works and what doesn't work, basically. What I might do is try and cut this down slightly, and then so it'll be thinner, okay? Right, so I managed to find a thinner one. I think that'll work better at feeding through and everything. So obviously you can't really see the fishing line at all, but we're gonna make it work. We really will. So I'm just gonna cut off a length. Right, so I've just put a knot in it like so. And go to the other end. Let me zoom out. That's better. And then feed one of the beads through it. And then I'm going to go on the outside. Right, so here I am just showing you how to attach the last little bit. I'm doing this by voiceover because the football app wouldn't work on my husband's phone, so I was letting him watch on the TV. So I had to do it like this instead. So tie on your string, like so. Then we put our bead on. Apologies, this might seem really long. I will cut this and everything as I'm going along. And again, I'm sorry you can't really see it. It's so fiddly to do this bit. basically we're just tying the bead onto the ring, onto the old piece of washi red tape ring. Put it through that one last time, I think. Just need to make sure it's on there enough, so it's nice and secure, and we know it's going to take the weight. Then we take this and then we feed it underneath so we can tie it off. I use my tweezers just to get out this part so I can put it through nicely. And then I put it through a couple of times and tie it tight, and then cut off your excess. Right, so I haven't got my AirPods in, they're in the bedroom and my husband's asleep, so I'm doing this without my AirPods, so hopefully the sound quality is okay. So let's get to making this part. This is going to be like the basket part, okay? We need 45 halves. I recounted to make that part. And the reason why my husband's asleep and I'm not, I woke up in agony and couldn't sleep, so story of my life really. So we need to prep our pens. So I'll put them onto the side for now. I'm just going to get the ones that are all good and dandy, all short. First of all, we need to thread through right, so I've got my fishing line. You can only just see it, I know, but there is fishing line there. So need to tie this together. Like so, so it's all nice and tight. Then we get our second one, get the other end, feed it through, then feed it back through the first one. I like to just do one loop through the end, feed that through. If you've got like a long needle or something, that would be ideal for this. I don't have a long needle, but if you've got something, you can hook this through. Like so. And then repeat that again. And back through the pink. I have just let it flip them over. And what I'm going to do to save time, I'm going to feed it back through the purple. Right, so we reached the end. We put all our 45 together. And now next, I know I've messed up by putting 2 blues at each end, but it's fine. Honestly, it's fine. No panic from me on that one. So, you need to put the ends together. And again, we're going to thread them through. And then we just tie it all together. Like so. Cut off our excess. Right. Next process will be, maybe I should have tied these together before I'd done this, which might be the better idea. Right, you will find occasionally some of them loosen up, because obviously not in the string is quite difficult, but that's an easy fix. I can easily now I'm going to thread all these together. So we've got our 2 lots, they're all stuck together. So what I'm going to do is these bits here and these bits here, I'm going to thread together. And then put it tight. So 1 and 2. I wish I had I knew where my needle was, but I haven't got a clue. So just take a little bit more. So yeah, if you've got like a thread and needle, that would be a good idea. So I'll go on to the old time lapse, and so you ain't got to sit there watching me doing this for ages. We can still watch on the old time lapse, alright? So yeah, just keep feeding them through. I'm going to work my way all the way around. until I have the whole lot done, okay? Right, so this is all now tied together. So it makes a very nice, circle. Which is looking good. Let me zoom you out a bit more. There we go. So yeah, so now, obviously it's a bit floppy at the moment. Then we're going to get our base that we made. And we are going to tie this on, so we need to make it as round as possible. Obviously, it's not going to be a perfect round. Oh, well done, Gemma. And then, obviously, once I've started tying on, it will start straightening itself out anyway. And again, we're just going to use our wire, our fishing line. And then tie it on, so through here and we have some here. You might want to see what I'm doing. So here, and then I've got feed it through here. And we're going to attach it in a couple of places. Like so. Then repeat that process all the way around until the whole lot is attached. So I'll go back to time lapse and do that part, okay? Right, so once it's all tied together, so of course the bottom bit we just threaded on, tie it all together. It is a little bit messy at the moment with the bits of excess fishing line hanging out. But obviously I will cut all that off. I just left it on for now. And then obviously attach them all together and everything. Then one extra step I have done without showing you guys is I did glue a couple of little beads together at the sides. As you can see, they are pretty stiff, some of them. Just to help it keep its shape when we're hanging it up. I haven't done them all, so it gives it space to move. But yeah, I have glued on the top ring a few of them together, but obviously you don't have to do that. I've just done it just so it can hold its shape slightly. See, this is how it's looking to the side at the moment. So now we need to make our things that hang down, attached to our plant pot holder. And this is what I've done. So I've just used, get that back underneath, fully. Right, I went and pinched some wool off my mother. I'm just going to plait it and then stick the odd bead in it. So it looks like this. Okay, you don't have to do the beads if you don't want to, or you can put more beads in if you want to, or you can just plait it and then stick a load of beads over the top. I decided to just do it this way. So I've got about an arm length and a half of wool, and then just plait it like you would normally plait hair. Or if you're into that macrame or all that, you can do even more fancy ties and all that. So first one is green. So I'll pull up the middle like so, and then we get our green one. Thread it through all the way to the top, like so, and then we carry on. Obviously you've got to make sure you don't let it all twist up too much. There's at the end. So we now want pink this time. And then again, plait again. Obviously unravel at the bottom. And just keep carrying on until you have your desired length that you want to hang down. Right, so all three of them are now done. I shall show you. I followed the same pattern. This one obviously has loosened up a bit, so I suspect the other ones will too. So that is absolutely fine. And then they're all roughly the same length, so like that. So they all follow the same pattern and everything. So obviously they all, if this one is the only one that loosens up, it won't really notice anyway because it'll be hung up. Then once the weight's there, it will pull it a bit more tighter anyway. But yeah, so we've got all our strings all done. I'm going to leave quite a bit of length on this still, just in case. So if I leave about this at the moment, see, I can always cut off more, but it's harder to add more once you've cut it off. So there we go. So I'll get rid of the excess. So I've got my ring I'm going to use. I have tied these together at the top. And now I'm going to get some thread and just wrap it all the way around. Feed it through, and then what I'm going to do is go over it with the wool. So I've got my loop completely covered in the wall, and then I'm going to take it to this. I'm going to stick it in the middle-ish, and then I'm going to use my thread Let's cut this down a bit. Doesn't need to be that full, does it? So, take my thread and so obviously you don't have to do so much of a mess I made of this. Here we go. But to be honest, it doesn't look terrible. Or if you've got any tips on how to make this more tidy in the old comments, let me know. Now, for our basket. So we're going to attach it in 3 places. So there'll be that one. I feel I'll just go with the old fishing wire because it'd be more discreet. Let me pull this up and see the natural way it falls. Right, like so. I'll do that so I know which one. So this one will be here, then these two will be roughly here and here. Okay. So now all 3 of our edges of all 3 of our hangy bits are now on, as you can see. Obviously, I will show you a zoomed out version. I will go into the other room on my table, big table, so you can see this properly. But yeah, so all 3 bits are now attached. And I'm just going to pick it up. Yep. Feels nice and sturdy, which I am pleased about. And obviously, if it does slightly lose its shape, don't panic. Seriously, it's all in the fun of it. Just remember, it's handmade, you know. So, I'm debating, do we put a couple of extra beads hanging off the edge of this? Why not, eh? So, I've grabbed it to do the rough of where they're all the same length. There we go. So, let's get, I'm just going to do random colours. And I'm just going to loop it once, loop it twice. Pull down so the bead is sat on top of it. So, loop it once, loop it twice. Oh, I didn't put the bead on, you donut. Feed it through. Yeah. Okay. And again, put the bead on, Gemma. Loop it once, loop it twice. Pull down to the bottom, like so. And then the other 3 edges. So purple this time. Leave it once, twice. So I'm going to quickly get the rest of these done in 3, 2. And there we go. We've got all our beads on the end. So when it hangs up, obviously I will show you a better view of this. They'll be hanging down the pot. Right, so I'm going to tidy this up. And then we'll go in the other room where I can show you a more zoomed out version. Because at the moment I just work on a tiny table in my living room. And it's literally, it just fits a 50 by 70, I think, on it. So it's not that big at all, this table. I don't even think it actually fits up. I think there's a bit of hangover with that. So, let's just tidy this up. And my cat's just walked in the room. And that's all the bits at the bottom. Tidied up. And around here, there's no really long bits. So yeah, let's go in the other room. I should grab a plant and everything, so I can show you this nice and with a plant and everything as well. Right, so our hanging basket is done. As you can see, I'll show you a sideways view. Obviously I will show you it hanging up in my bathroom. So that's the sideways view, and that's how our beads look on the top and the beads underneath. Like I said, I will show you guys it hanging up in the bathroom as well. And I've got one of me plants, so we're gonna put this in the middle, and it fits nicely, this yogurt pot. It's like it's from, I think my mum gets from the Lidl, and yeah, so I've just used that. Yeah, and that is supporting that really, really well, as you can see. So let's go and get this in the bathroom, shall we? So that is it for this, for me showing you how to make a hanging basket out of pink pens, spare drills, and you know, other bits and pieces and everything. But obviously our main ingredient in this is our pink pens and spare drills. Let me know in the old comments what you think of this spares idea. Obviously you do not have to stick to all different colours like I have. You can mix your drills to make one bulk of one colour and just do the whole thing that one colour, or even if you just want to go one colour completely, go there. Or you can like make patterns on your pens or whatever you want, basically. Let your imagination run wild. Obviously I've stuck to like this because obviously time and everything, because I can't just concentrate on ages on one little thing. So yeah, but I'm so pleased how it's come out. You know, in my mind I had these ideas and I never know if they're going to work or not, so it's just trial and error. Obviously I'll be trying it. If any of you guys know a better way for me to do this bit so it looks tidier, let me know in the old comments. But, you know, it's not really going to be spotted anyway at a distance. I think once you say a distance, it don't look too bad, does it? You know, yeah, it could be a bit tidier, but it's not the end of the world, I personally say. But yeah, really pleased how it's come out. So that is it for this video. Thank you ever so much for watching. Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. It really does help. Please leave me a comment on what you think. Commenting and everything, it really does help. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. If you're new to this channel and you want to know more spares ideas for things, I have a whole playlist of spares ideas. So feel free to go and look through that playlist and see what other ideas you want to use and everything. And the only thing I will say, if anyone ever uses my ideas, who has a YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or stuff like that, please just tag me. I've been seeing people using my ideas recently, and I know that they would come up with these ideas. I know people know I read no ideas as original and everything, but I do think my ideas are pretty original. So yeah, especially when I see people follow me on certain platforms, and then the next week they come out with the same idea. You know, it just seems a bit sus, if that makes sense, especially if they're way bigger on other platforms than myself. So yeah, it's a bit like, you could have just literally just said thanks to the idea, you know. But hey ho, that's just life though. It's just life of what we do, really. You know, I have my own special niche, and obviously people do struggle with ideas of what to do. And so yeah, you know, I'm all for people using my ideas. But like, if you're a creator or something, then please just tag me. That's all I ask. You know, I don't expect no money or nothing. You know, just tag me especially if you're a bigger than me, because like, it's like, come on, you're taking from the smaller creators for yourself. It's not fair. But you know, I love it when people use my ideas. I really do. But I just love to see like a little bit of recognition. I don't think that's too much to ask, but yeah, I do see people out there using my ideas and just not saying thank you for, especially like when I do see you follow me or something, and then you go ahead and take that idea and do it yourself the next week. So yeah, it is a bit like, thanks. But yeah, obviously, but that's fine. It's fine. So yeah, so that is it for this video. Thank you ever so much for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up, comment down below, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye everyone.